everyone. Pam Jacobson, your host of Three Things You Need to Know. And as you can see, I have a special guest with me today. Not her first appearance on Three Things You Need to Know. Coach Crystal is back with us today. She was with us a few episodes ago talking about stress response management from a coach's perspective. And she's back with us today to close out our 2020 series that we've been doing now for the past, well, literally about 19 or 20 weeks on how to be more resilient, particularly in the face of the pandemic and all of the craziness going on in the world that we've been dealing with almost all of the year 2020. So I don't know about all of you, but I'm ready for 2020 to move on and for all of us to get a new start. But as I said, we're closing out 2020 with this interview with Crystal today. If you are new to us today, make sure at some point you go back and look at the previous videos. You'll get a lot of information today and it stands on its own, but you're going to get a lot more and understand better the context of what we've been doing if you take a minute and look back at the last 19 or 20 weeks worth of things that we've done. But today we're really focused on nutrition and particularly healthy and fun nutrition for the holidays. And Crystal and I have worked together for a number of years. She's an amazing health coach, and particularly in the area of nutrition. So I've asked her to be a regular on my show, and I'm particularly thrilled that she's with us today to talk to you about how to keep your nutrition healthy but fun, given that within the next couple of weeks, we're all likely to be making some holiday meals. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Crystal and let her share her tips and tricks and hacks and ideas for helping you kind of manage this holiday season from a nutrition perspective. So welcome, Crystal. Thank you again for being with us.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. I know this is a really hard time to probably even start thinking about nutrition. It's a really popular time for people to just kind of throw it all out the window and just indulge for the whole month of December. I know a lot of my clients are planning on just resetting come January, but I really encourage you guys just not to wait until January and spend December just working on trying to find a balance between the two. Of course, I don't want you to completely deprive yourself because that adds to more of the stress during the holidays. But of course, too, I don't want you to go just indulge in sugar, for many reasons.
Yeah. Well, and I think in avoiding the binging that can happen.
Yes.
If we deprive ourselves, I know you'll talk about the salad plate scenario, but I like the 6-bite rule, right? I can have anything I want. I just get 6 bites. That helps me anyway, stay kind of on track. But
that helps me too. And that helps me really pick and choose. And if you guys didn't watch, I think it was a couple of videos ago that you talked about, actually both of the nutrition videos, you talked about the salad plate scenario. And that's something I've worked with Pam for so long, and she's always mentioned it to her clients. And that's something that I've always continued using with my clients as a visual. If you missed it, it's just simply half of a plate full of vegetables and greens, a quarter of it palm-sized portion of clean protein, decorating your meal with fats, and then a small portion of what you call the everything else portion. So like the breads, the pastas. So if we're at a holiday party, that could be something that, well, I guess not a party, just any sort of gathering right now that you're a part of. Just really envisioning that in your head. And there's always something easy to find that can fit into each category. If not, always you can bring a salad or you can bring a veggie to fit into that category. And then for that everything else portion, that makes it easy just to pick and choose if you want to have the wine rather than the bread, or you're going to choose the bread rather than the dessert to fit into that section. Kind of a good visual, I would say, going into any gathering.
Yeah. I mean, I always, if I'm going someplace where I don't have control over my, what might be on that buffet line, I will take usually a salad or some kind of a vegetable dish so that I've got that built in, since it's the lion's share of the salad plate being what controls your portion size, right? So at my own holiday table, everybody gets a salad plate. That just happens to be the plate I eat my entire meal on. And but if I'm going someplace, I think it's important to kind of prep for success. So I always take some kind of vegetable dish, to make sure, since that's going to be 50% of my plate, I want to make sure I have access to that for sure. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm always bringing that as a dish too. And not only too just for gatherings, but that's something that you could always envision when cooking any meal. Meals just really need to be simple and whole food ingredients, following that guideline. On my website, all of my recipes that I offer do follow that salad plate scenario. So if you need any extra guidance or information on that, it's Springy Wellness. So spring with an E wellness.com, which that's my Instagram handle too. And just again, simple whole food ingredients to help you navigate through this holiday season. That kind of brings me to the next point is really ensuring that you are keeping your blood sugar stable during the holidays too, because when your blood sugar gets low, that's where we get like that hangry feeling. We get these cravings for food that's going to completely spike our blood sugar up. And during that time, that's when we are usually more prone to binging. So I would recommend snacking throughout the day if your blood sugar isn't already stable, really ensuring that it's full of fats, full of protein. And then also too, if you are going to a holiday gathering where you feel you might indulge or binge a little bit, eating beforehand. So that way, again, your blood sugar is stable and you're not grabbing all of the sugary foods while you're there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, I've always got a little bag of, kind of organic almonds in my, my purse. I have it in my car. I have it everywhere. So that's always my go-to as a protein fat kind of snack, like 5 or 6 almonds does amazing for me in, kind of stabilizing my blood sugar and making it so that I won't overeat. Usually if I'm going to some event or I'm going out to dinner, and I know we're not doing a lot of that stuff these days, but we will again at some point. And some of us will still do that over the holidays. So I find almonds is probably one of my almonds or some type of a nut, and you don't need much, right? Because they're packed with fats and good proteins. And so they usually kind of quell that hunger and stabilize that blood sugar so I don't, make bad choices and overeat. And yeah, definitely.
Yeah, nuts really help me too. And I think you said nut butter sometimes too. They come in little packets. That could be something easily to do. Hard-boiled eggs, avocados, just carb fueled rather than more protein and fat based.
Right.
Would be my suggestion.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, and a lot of times something that I've done also is a half of a protein shake, right? If I'm going to be going, especially to like a holiday party or where I know there's going to be a buffet or someplace where there's going to be a lot of yummy desserts, because I'm a sweet girl, so I like desserts. I'll do, rather than like my full protein shake I might do in the morning, I'll just do a smaller version of that, almost like a snack version of that, and drink it on my way too, so that I'm not kind of in that starving, hungry place, but I already got some good nutrition in my body. So if I do, kind of err more on the dessert side or the carb side, I at least kind of got some good nutrition in my body before I went. So I find that helpful as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes too, just proper hydration, ensuring that you're drinking enough water throughout the day could just be really helpful. Sometimes like my midday crash, instead of grabbing the coffee, just drinking some water could be really helpful. And especially too, nuts really help me drink water. They get me really thirsty, so it helps me drink my water content.
Yeah, true. I mean, there's a couple of good studies out about hydration and how oftentimes we mistake being thirsty for being hungry, that the signal really is that we're dehydrated. So I think a good rule of thumb, especially during the holidays, is if you think you feel hungry, take several sips of water first. If that doesn't work, eat 5 or 6, nuts, almonds or cashews or something. And generally between the two of those, you're going to have calmed down whatever, potential binging opportunity was coming your way. Yeah.
And even outside of the holidays too, those are kind of my first recommendations for someone going from just a standard American diet to what we would recommend for them, is just making sure you're eating a little bit smaller frequent meals throughout the day and drinking water. And just doing that, huge changes and benefits that I've seen.
Yeah, super helpful. And Crystal has recipes on her website, guys, that are adhering to the salad plate scenario, which again is eating your meal on a salad plate, 50% veggies, 1 pound full of protein. Decorate your meal with all kinds of good fats, olive oil and whatever you use to dress your salad, avocado. And then that leaves a little tiny sliver for 6 bites. For me, that's going to be pumpkin pie. And, and you're going to end up leaving the meal satisfied and content that you got to eat what you wanted, but also feeling good physically, not overstuffed. And more importantly, feeling successful, mentally and emotionally. I mean, I think that's what's important. Many of us, we binge out over the holidays and enter the new year feeling like crap, mentally, emotionally, physically. And then we think all of a sudden, because it's a new year, we're going to just suddenly do things differently or get better. And now's the time to start that mindset. And I think you can do that through the holidays and still have fun and arrive in 2021 kind of ready to go. So
yes.
Yeah. So again, website is, tell us that again.
Springywellness.com, or Instagram is @springywellness.
Okay. All right. Real good. Thank you again so much, Crystal. I hope you have a lovely holiday season, and all of you out there, I hope you have amazing holidays, and that you're able to manage your nutrition and your mental, emotional wellness into the new year. And we will be dark for the 2 weeks leading up to and then following the Christmas holiday, and back with you the first week of our brand spanking new year with a whole new idea for helping you perform and exceed all your expectations in 2021. So thank you, Crystal. Take care.
Thank you.
We'll see you in the new year as well.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.